If you're a people pleaser, then you may subconsciously feel like other people expect you to act from a certain version of yourself that they imposed on you by treating you a certain way that you internalize, and now you feel like you need to act from it. Victim pacing, because they solidify that concept of you by treating you in a certain way, right? Relating to you in a certain way. I want you to break that. I want you to start setting boundaries, energetic boundaries. You'll need to constantly check in with yourself whether you hold other people's perceptions of you inside and whether you're seeing yourself from other people's perceptions. You create your reality. You are a master manifester, but only when you realize this, that creator rests in their assumptions of who they are, how they want to be perceived by the world, how they want to be treated by the world, what are they getting from the world, who they are being in the world. They rest in that assumption regardless of what's going on in their life until it hardens into fact. Even when people disapprove of who you are trying to become, new self-concept you're trying to adapt, if you are confident that this is what you want, this is really like your heart's desire, like the person you're becoming, whether other people are disapproving of that or not, you need to really fuck other people's opinion, because greatest people had so many obstacles. They didn't become who they became just because they were following other people's opinions of them. I'm telling you to shock other people in who you are becoming. You don't have to act from the same identity every single day. Can you wake up and just do the opposite? Something that other people don't expect you to do. That's when things change. People see that they cannot box you in, especially your SP, because if you have history with your SP where you got ghosted, where you were not treated the way you wanted to be treated, where you had fights, then when thinking of that relationship, coming in contact with that person, there's that self-image that you hold about yourself. There's so many versions of you in a quantum realm. And whenever the possibility in the 3D arises in a form of a situation, circumstance, we are being taken to that quantum realm and we activate that self-concept, okay, from which we start acting. And that self-concept carries a vibrational frequency. We start acting from that self-concept. Guess what? We manifest more of it. So I want you to realize that unless you become aware and conscious of who you are and from what self-concept you are vibrating in each and every moment, nothing will ever change. Other people will only treat you in a certain way as long as you allow them to treat you in that way. Otherwise, they won't. Whether they like it or not, they will still change their perceptions of you. You have such a great power to manifest, but just because you're not working on it, it doesn't exist for you. And this is metaphysics. Consciousness is not aware of, it just doesn't exist for consciousness. And you are a part of consciousness. So using your consciousness, becoming aware of what you want, as well as checking in with your self-image and the frequency that you are operating from, adjusting it. Even when you're experiencing setbacks in your reality, you need to remember the laws, such as law of attraction, right? Everything is changing. You put out is what you get. These laws, if you remember them, when things are not happening for you, for instance, you're experiencing setbacks in your reality, you will remain in the assumption that I may not feel great right now, but it's still going to happen. You know, you're not supposed to feel great all the time. You're not supposed to feel motivated all the time, feel like a queen all the time, for you to be treated like one. Realize this. You need to have the awareness, even in those moments, that this is temporary because of the law of vibration. And the more you rest in the assumption that it is temporary, the faster it's going to happen. The way you feel about life will start changing. The way you feel about your reality. When you have this like calmness about yourself, you're aware that you have this awareness of the law that it's going to change. And the more I persist in my assumption, the faster it will happen for you, you know, and you are developing that inner wisdom within you that will be with you wherever you go. When things that are happening in your life are not what you want to experience necessarily, means that you need to check in with your self-concept. It's all about inside and how you see yourself. Okay? Follow for more.